We have breaking news in the first take. The college football playoff will remain a 12-team field in 2026. Sources told ESPN's Pete Thamel. While the number of teams in the field will remain the same this fall, the Power Four conference champions will be guaranteed spots in the 12-team field, along with the highest-ranked conference champion from the group of six. So that's one team. That would now include the new-look Pac-12 as well. Notre Dame will also be a lock for the playoff if it finishes in the top 12. So just to lay this out, if these rules were implied this year, JMU and Miami would have not been in the field. Notre Dame and Duke would have been in the field, just so everyone understands what it would have looked different this year versus what it's going to look like next year. Are you good with these new changes and the decisions regarding the CFP format, Stephen A.?
I'm pretty damn ticked off. I really am. I'm really, really ticked off, and I think a lot of people should be. First of all, you know, speaking to Coach Ryan Day out of Ohio State before the college football playoffs, he was an advocate of increasing the teams, the playoff field from 12 teams, say to 16 or even 20 for crying out loud. It's something that I would definitely welcome because I think that a lot of teams deserve a shot. If you're going to put Tulane and James Madison in there from the group of 5, group of 6, whatever the hell it's called these days, okay, you could put some of the top rank, a 13th ranked team, a 14th or 15th ranked team. That's number one. Number two, the reason why I'm ticked off is because what the hell is this about Notre Dame? Why do we got a separate category for Notre Dame? What makes them so damn special? I'm really getting sick of this Notre Dame fawning. I mean, who the hell are they? Okay, they're fighting Irish. Whatever. I love Marcus Freeman. Love him. Love him. Okay? Great coach. All right? And I respect Notre Dame. And I want to state for the record that I think that they should have been in the postseason. I get it. They were clearly one of the top 12 teams in the nation. But when people are complaining about, well, Alabama went in there ahead of them. Well, Alabama went to Athens and beat Georgia on the road weeks earlier. Yeah, they got stomped in the SEC championship game by Georgia a few weeks later, but they were pretty banged up at that particular moment in time, and they had beaten Georgia on the road. They played a conference championship game. What was Notre Dame doing? They were at home sitting on their couch. Why? Because they're not a member of a conference. They had an opportunity to be a member of a conference. The AD sitting there whining and moaning about how, you know, Miami, you know, the ACC commissioner didn't speak up for Notre Dame but spoke up for Miami. Well, you got about 25 sports. 23 of them are in the ACC. But you pull football out because you want to keep the bag for yourself. So you want the bag, plus you want them to sit up there and bloviate about you, even though you won't associate your football program with the conference because you want to keep the bag all for yourself. And then when you don't make the playoffs, you want to blame everybody else instead of looking for the mirror into the mirror. This is sickening. This is sickening. It should be 16 to 20 teams in the playoffs. I'm not sick over that. I just prefer 16 to 20 over the 12. But this separate category, oh, Notre Dame is definitely going to be in if they finish in the top 12. Bump Notre Dame. Get your ass in a conference and compete like everybody else. You sit up there, SEC got a contract, ACC got a contract, Big Ten got a contract. As a conference, Notre Dame got a contract with NBC all by its damn self. You know, and then expecting privileges. This is not right. This is not right. Get your behind up there and be like everybody else.
That is America.
Stephen A., Miami didn't play in a conference championship game. Miami didn't play in a conference championship game.
This is the country we live in, right? Like, yes, people who feel special and can be treated special want to be treated special until you stop treating them special.
Right.
Period.
Right. They have to be ranked in the top 12 in order to make the CFP. This isn't like they just make it no matter what.
No, listen. I'm not mad about it.
Okay, well, you're over here talking about it. But this is America. It is
fair. Stephen A's upset about it. Like, if you want something to be done different, won't the NCAA get a backbone at some point? This starts with Mark Emmert. Right? But Mark Emmert not saying I'm going to step in and allow these players to profit off of their name, image, and likeness. So now it's the wild west. And then you put the transfer portal in a place where everybody's just a hired mercenary. They can go and do whatever they want, play whatever they want, leave whenever they want, because coach has been doing it forever. We don't have the rules and regulations that make this make sense. And anybody that is saying it should move to more teams is out of their minds. But you know what happened? Because there are no rules, because they feel like these dudes are getting paid, now you can use and abuse them and make them play for as long as they want. Now the national championship going to be on January 25th.
Yeah, the dates are
And so now, if I'm a college player who wants to have an opportunity to play in the league and my team goes to the championship, how am I supposed to prepare to show you who I can be at the combine, at pro day, in interviews? Yeah. How do I get healthy and get some rest and be in any way ready to play in the NFL season? This is all dumb. And every movement they make to try to appease other people, they're going to make it worse. It needs to just stay where it's at. You need to just leave it alone because every time somebody complains, they try to make that person happy. It's not going to happen. Yeah. People are going to be pissed off regardless.
The schedule's a joke. I agree with that. Go ahead.
There's a word that Stephen Anthony just said, and I'm going to follow up. Bump Notre Dame. Why? You handpick your schedule. Bump Notre Dame. Just to be in the top 12, you just need to be 9-2. Bump Notre Dame. You ain't in no conference. Who cares? Bump Notre Dame. I'm getting tired of having preferential treatment to a mid-team organization, franchise, school at best. Bump Notre Dame. What has Notre Dame done? What has Notre Dame produced? We produced the most NFL prospects. Man, that's old time, bro. Man, talk to me. Who you playing on a week-to-week, year-to-year basis? Bump Notre Dame. And I'm going to tell you this. When you start to think about all these different things that the preferential treatment that Notre Dame has gotten, will get, and will continue to get, that's why I'm like, bump Notre Dame. It comes down to a point where now you start to say, Cam, you bitter. SEC is dead. That's cool. Oh, man, whatever. Notre Dame hasn't been relevant in years.
They were just in the national championship game 1 year ago.
They haven't been relevant for years. You take that one national championship with Coach Freeman out of the equation. They have not been relevant for years.
My question is this. So when a team goes away, when a team goes away, so Auburn is not relevant.
No, they're not.
Okay.
I'm not sitting up here telling you to put an SEC team in there. What I'm telling you is stop giving preferential treatment to a person that can say, okay, I want this, I don't want that. I want this, I don't want that. Matter of fact, I don't even want to play over there. Can we play over here? You're really bullying yourself into getting into the college football playoff.
That's what everybody does who's allowed to.
Hold on, may I speak, RC?
For sure.
RC, I would prefer a 16-team playoff. I would, but my point is that that's not my big issue. My big issue is when Shea reads off and we got a separate category for Notre Dame. And I'm not talking about their money in terms of, all right, you get in the bag. I'm talking about you turning around and excoriating the commissioner of the ACC because they didn't big up you when they saved your behind during COVID. You didn't have any games. You didn't have a conference to be associated with. So you had no schedule. And they brought you into the conference. You used them. And then the second the situation involving COVID was over and normalcy kicked back in, you said, we're going to go back to being independent. And we're going to disassociate our football program with you, but we'll leave everything else associated with the SEC, with the ACC. That's bogus. And then to turn around, and this year comes around, and you're going to complain about the Miamis, about the Alabamas, etc., when your behind was sitting home, all right, and you didn't play a conference championship.